Hello and welcome to the Mushroom Murder Trial podcast. My name is Lisa. Most weekdays, I deliver detailed coverage of one of Australia's most closely watched legal cases, Erin Patterson's murder trial. Quick reminder, make sure you go to my website, mushroommurdertrial.com, to subscribe for my newsletter. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to this podcast on your preferred platform so you never miss an episode. Now, the case background is the defendant is Erin Trudy Patterson, age 50, of Leongatha, Victoria. The charges are 3 counts of murder and 1 count of attempted murder, and the plea is not guilty to all. So the triple murder trial of Ms Patterson heard today, she allegedly told her in-laws she was undergoing medical tests for ovarian cancer just weeks before the fatal lunch that left 3 people dead. Ms Patterson allegedly informed Gail and Don Patterson in early 2023, July 2023, that she had undergone a needle biopsy and was scheduled for an MRI. In a message dated July 7, she wrote, quote, "There's a bit to digest with everything that's come out of it all. I might talk more about it with both of you when I see you in person. Love, Erin." Homicide detective leading Senior Constable Stephen Eppingstall, the lead investigator in this case, returned to the stand, so he was the prosecution's final witness, and he was outlining evidence collected from before and after the tragic incident. He told the court that police examined Ms Patterson's medical history across several clinics, including those in Leongatha, Corumburra and Mount Waverley in Melbourne. He said there were no medical records showing she had undergone a biopsy, an MRI, or received a cancer diagnosis in the lead up to the lunch. Prosecutor Jane Warren asked Detective Eppingstall, quote, "There's no record of the accused ever having been diagnosed with cancer?" "Correct," he replied. Prosecutors allege that Ms Patterson fabricated the illness to draw members of her estranged husband's family, Gail and Don Patterson, as well as Heather and Ian Wilkinson, to her home in Leongatha, claiming she needed help sharing the difficult news with her children. The detective said he was aware early in the investigation that she had shared the cancer diagnosis with her lunch guests. Police later secured text messages between Ms Patterson and her in-laws from late June and early July. On the 28th of June, Gail Patterson texted her, "Hi, Erin. Just wondering how you got on at your appointment today. Love, Gail and Don." Ms Patterson replied the next day saying, "The appointment went okay. Thanks for asking. I had a needle biopsy taken out of the lump and I'm returning for an MRI next week and we'll know more after those results." Gail responded with a message offering prayers and support. A follow-up message from Gail on July 6 inquired about the test results. Ms Patterson again said she preferred to discuss the matter in person. Her barrister, Colin Mandy SC, presented the mother of two's medical records to the court from the period of around October 2021 and August 2023. In the notes, a doctor described Ms Patterson as worried about ovarian cancer. Quote, "Erin has been Googling her symptoms, thinks her symptoms may be suggestive of ovary cancer," the note says. Tests were scheduled to investigate, with some early results, quote, "all fine, but further tests were ordered by doctors." The doctor back then said Ms Patterson believed she had a family history of ovarian cancer in her aunts on both her dad and her mum's sides of her family. As well, the court was shown messages between Ms Patterson and husband Simon from January 4 and 5, 2022. In the first, Simon asks, "How's your back today?" She replies, "It's getting better each day. It's my heart that's troubling me. I'm struggling with the energy to do basic things like get in and out of the car, and after I have a shower, I need to lie down and rest because the whole ordeal exhausts me. I think we need to upgrade our health insurance so I can start chewing through the waiting period." Ms Patterson wrote, quote, It's a lot of things combined. She was doing, quote, a lot of research on right-sided heart failure, and the symptoms all fit what I've been experiencing. Later, when discussing health services, Mr. Patterson allegedly said, "We actually do okay for health services where we live compared to backwaters such as Tassie and WA." Now, I have that update I promised you yesterday. So, Miss Patterson, when her house was getting raided by the police and searched, she expressed surprise, according to a detective, when told Heather Wilkinson had died. During cross-examination, Colin Mandy SC asked Detective Luke Farrell if Miss Patterson was aware, during the first police search of her home on the 5th of August 2023, that some of her lunch guests had died. He said Miss Patterson was told Heather Wilkinson had died, and she expressed surprise. "Who died?" That was a quote. Anyway, thanks for listening today. For more information, visit my website. Make sure you subscribe to my newsletter, mushroommurdertrial.com. It is jam-packed with news about the trial. Plus, I'm on Instagram at Erin_pod. You can find me on Facebook, YouTube, etc. My socials, if you would like to follow me, and I would be greatly honoured if you would, they are in the show notes, the links anyway. Now, if you feel like rewarding me for the gazillion hours I've spent on this work, I have a Buy Me a Coffee membership, which allows you to pay me $5 as thanks, and I get a coffee. Isn't that exciting? I need it. Although I will admit I did buy a Caramello Koala recently, and I ended up with some change, so I appreciated that so much. But mostly the money goes towards the editing. Yes, I do get my podcast edited. Studio hire, liability insurance, equipment, sound and voiceovers. Plus, I put exclusive membership material on the site just for you. So, we're getting towards the end, and I'll be there for you every minute of the trial. Have a great day. I hope the rest of your week is fabulous, and we will talk very, very soon. Thanks again. Bye.